So I'm scrolling through Facebook and I come across an ad by a company called Extra that allows you to build credit history using a debit card. While I am an avid Dave Ramsey fan and I am following his baby steps, I do plan on buying a house within the reasonable future. And I know you can use manual underwriting to qualify for a house mortgage, but you can only use that option if you don't have credit history, and there's not enough time between when I plan on being debt-free to when I plan on purchasing a house, so naturally the card had me intrigued. So I headed over to their website to learn more, and here's what I found. According to Extra, their debit card allows you to build credit history and allows you to earn points and rewards just like you would on a normal credit card. When you scroll through their website, they give you some cool examples of how costly it could be if you have bad credit. A bad interest rate can cause you to pay over $6,000 more than someone with good credit for the same car. And I think that's crazy. So how exactly does credit even work? Well, first off, you have to sign up by connecting your bank account. Once you have your bank account set up, they give you a spending limit that's based off of how much money you actually have in your account. I think that's pretty cool. Next, when you swipe your Extra card, they spot you for the purchase and then they automatically pay themselves back the next business day or two. Finally, at the end of the business cycle, they add up all of your transactions and report them to the credit bureaus as credit-worthy purchases. Now, I must interrupt to say that while that sounds good and dandy, I think calling this a debit card is just slightly misleading. I personally believe that this is just a smarter take on credit cards with stronger protections involved for those who are looking to build their credit history because they historically haven't been great at it. And it's not really a dig at anyone because I fall into that category too. So how exactly is the credit card used? Debit card? Well, it's different because there are no credit checks. That's the start. Credit checks do have an impact on your credit history. And since this product is best for those who probably need credit repair, not having to have a credit check is going to be super clutch. Now, they do advertise that there is no interest fee. That's true more or less. But the card does have a monthly fee and there's some variations to the plans that we'll dig into a little later. For now, since the card has some similarities to secured credit card, I kind of want to focus on what the difference between the two actually are. With the Extra card, no deposits are required and there's technically no interest rates or hidden fees. You can earn reward points, which I'm not sure whether you can or can't on a secured credit card since I've never had one. And then that third thing is that it has a bigger impact on your credit score. I'm going to be honest with you and say that initially I didn't understand why a secured credit card wouldn't have the same level of impact, but then I realized that with the Extra card, it's going to be counting every day's purchases as an on-time payment versus the secure credit card doing it once a month. Now, if that's the way it really works, I think that this is pretty dope and it gives a clear edge, but since my card is not here yet and I have not used it, there's no guarantee that how I think it will work is actually how it will work. So this is not the end of the video, but if you want to see the review for the actual card, you got to make sure you subscribe. So applying for the card wasn't disgusting. Despite my sarcastic tone, I'm not being sarcastic. As far as signing up goes, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10 for how easy the flow was despite the minor issues. Once you hit the apply button, you're greeted with some information resembling the information I just gave you. They claim that their mission is to make credit building safer and more accessible for everyone, which is something I can get behind, even if it is for profit. So it's fair trade. Now, you do have to be 18 or over to get this card, and if you are 18, this is probably the best card to get. When you sign up, it's going to ask you for your phone number and your email with the whole verification process. Then it will ask you to pick a plan. Now, you can pay monthly or yearly, and the yearly option gives you up to 25% off once you pick the frequency of how often you want to pay. You can pick between the rewards plus credit building, or you can just pick the Extra credit building. I went for the one with the rewards because I wanted to review the highest tier so I can see if it's worth it for you guys. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to downgrade later in the future and pay in full later on if it's something I want to stick with. I think they encourage unnecessary subconscious spending when it comes to prizes, so that's why I try to stay away from them. Next up is the bank linking process, which is through a third-party company called Plaid. Now, Plaid is super safe, and chances are if you've ever connected your bank to any platform, Plaid is the middleman of choice. So if this is your first time, just know your data is being protected by a company whose job it is to keep your information safe from other companies. Translation, I trust them, but you should probably decide if you should too. The last step is to verify your information, and they just want to double check your name, email, and address. so they can ship to you the card. And then next, you have to download the app. At the time I'm making this video, the app is in beta, so that's right, your boy is a beta tester. The app is pretty dope, and it goes through everything we just spoke about and has some nice animations to it too. Initially, I thought that Extra would allow me to use 100% of whatever I had in my account, but turns out I was wrong. To start, they only gave me $10 out of the $216 I had in my account. However, once you verify your license with a picture, they will increase your spending limit in reference to how much money is in your account. This is where I start to give the app an 8 out of 10 because your picture has to be super clear, and you have to make sure the camera is nice and clean. You have to have a great, clean background. Make sure there's no glare on your license, and then once that gets approved, and I'm guessing they use some pretty good artificial intelligence to determine that it's really you, your spending power gets an instant bump. While you wait for the card to arrive, at this time of the video, mine is in transit, you can check out all the cool things you can buy using your points. Until the card comes and I use it for a month, you probably won't hear anything from me about the card, so I super suggest making your way over to the subscribe button and subscribe. I will also be checking out other companies that do similar things to try and find the best bang for your buck. Because I really want to help you guys to have a strong impact on your financial future, and I think this will help a lot. So until the next time, here's a witty money pun for you. One day a duck went shopping and he brought all of his things up to the register. And he told the attendant, after he scanned all of his items, to just put it on his bill. I know, corny, right? Peace.